Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to cook embotido. So these are the ingredients. We have roughly around half a kilo of ground pork. We have bell pepper, raisins, grated cheese, carrots minced, breadcrumbs, onion and garlic. We also have powdered milk. We have sweet pickled relish, salt and pepper, and also not in the video, but we also need 2 eggs. Let's start cooking. Alright, so in a big bowl, crack the 2 eggs. What we're going to do right now is we're going to mix everything first so that um, all the ingredients will be combined because there's no sauteing involved in here. It's just all mixing and then we are going to steam the embutido. So what we're doing is we're slowly adding all the ingredients while mixing them up so that all of the ingredients are well incorporated with each other. So as you can see, I've cracked 2 eggs in the bowl and then I immediately followed it with the garlic and onions and also the minced carrots. So all you need to do is just mix it. Remember what you need to do. What you need to remember here in this dish is you need to make sure that all the ingredients are all mixed together very well because the flavors should actually um, merge with each other. Okay. Right now, what I'm adding there is the red bell pepper. Okay, so just mix and mix everything up there. And then the next thing that we're going to add there would be the pickle relish, I believe. Yeah, there you go. All right, that will give us our sweet sour taste, which is really good when you're cooking embutido. Okay, there you go. Now remember, as you can see in all my videos, I don't actually have any measurement for everything. But in this case, I did follow a little bit of my research of all the other videos that I've watched because when you're cooking embutido, if you don't have a certain, outline of how much ingredients you should mix together, the embutido can become very dry or very wet, which you don't like. So in this case, I have half a kilo of minced pork or ground pork. As you can see, I've already mixed it with the other ingredients. And roughly as half of a very large yellow onion, 3 cloves of garlic finely chopped as well, half a cup of, or probably more than half a cup of the carrots, and then 1/4 cup of the bell pepper, and then pickle relish probably 2 to 3 tablespoons or 2 tablespoons, and then with the breadcrumbs, though I think I've used 2 slices of, actually though that's a fresh white bread that I've used. It will help soak up the liquid in the mix, and it will also give us it will allow the mixture to bind together aside from the egg doing it as well. So at this point, what you need to achieve is you know how the breadcrumbs or the bread are all solid and all like that. You need to keep mixing it until you don't really see the bread anymore. It's like it's melted together with all the other ingredients. There you go. So at this point, what I've added there, the cheese, half of the grated cheese that I did, and then the raisins and the powdered milk. The powdered milk is the secret, I think, which gives us a creamy, meaty flavor in the embutido. And then, of course, salt and pepper to taste. It's all up to you guys. I'd like to be on the side of not too salty because you can always adjust that even after your dish has already finished cooking. and even on the table you can still adjust it, because in this case embutido would really go well with the condiment ketchup. So ketchup also has its own flavor and all that, and its own saltiness. So I'd rather have a little bit of or I'd rather the saltiness be a little bit just not too much salty, or not too salty. So it allows people to make adjustments. All right, so at this point, again, the key is to keep mixing it until you actually see the mixture as if it's almost like a paste already. And that would be a great indication when it's like already like a paste. That's a great indication that you've mixed it well already and it has binded. All the ingredients has binded itself, have binded itself to each other, and that is really really good. And then you can start rolling it and packing the embutido into that famous cylinder shape that it has. And I've just added the rest of the cheese. It's like, okay, I have the rest of the cheese there, so I might as well add it there. So yeah, so the key here again is just keep mixing it, mixing, and mixing it. All right, so there you go. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to wrap the we are going to wrap the embutido. Okay, so need a foil, and what we are going to do here is to use a measuring cup, just so all the embutido that you will wrap in the foil has the same shape. Plus, make sure that it will fit in the pot that you will use to cook it. So right now, as you can see, I'm using half a cup here, and I place it. So that's roughly 1 cup of meat or of the mixture, and then you can wrap it using the tin foil. So make sure it's really tightly wrapped, because as you all know, when you start cooking meat, anything that's any meat will, when it encounters heat, whether this is direct heat, steamed, or whatever, it shrinks. So if you don't tightly wrap it, what will happen is it will actually be so loose in the foil that you might not achieve the cylinder shape that you want to have in making the embutido. Okay. And also, as an option, you can, some people, and some of the research that I did, actually they used hot dogs and eggs in the middle. They actually filled the middle of the embutido with a strip of hot dog and also lined it up with eggs. You can always do that. What I'm showing you right now is the basics. Is the basic of making the embutido. So it doesn't have anything special in it, but the flavor will really, really, really be great. So that's how you wrap it. As you can see, as long as you are careful, don't be afraid of doing this. Sometimes it can be very intimidating when using foil, because you might, if you wrap it too tight, it might actually tear. And actually, it did. The last wrapping that I did, tear it the foil and the meat did not agree with each other. So, but that's fine. I have an extra foil around, so I just covered it up to make sure that the meat is not peeking outside when I cook it. So yeah, so there. So what we're going to do next here is, once we have wrapped all the embutido mixture, with this recipe I was able to yield, I think, 4 very generous serving per foil wrap of embutido, which is good. I think, because um, with all the other ingredients, I was able to come up or yield 4 pieces, which is 1 piece can actually feed 2 people. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is, once we've wrapped everything here, we are going to steam it. Now, in steaming, very easy. Just get a pot, and also a strainer, or like any type of steamer that you can use. Just plain old water. You don't have to use any other condiments or spices or whatever. Just that water, put it over the heat, and put in the embutido, and let it steam for at least 45 minutes. Okay? 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how big the embutido is. Okay, so let's see. All right, so we are now going to cook it. As you can see, we just have a pot. I'm boiling water underneath it, and I put all the embutido and waited for 45 minutes, and voila. This is the finished product. Now, it's a little bit soft. It's not as firm as we want it to be, because technically when you cook embutido, you have to put it in the fridge first. But yeah, that's it. That's our embutido.